Hello, my name is Paul. I did my second year internship in Max Bar Lausanne, which is an in-house internship. And this is my 10 minutes video for my last internship assessment. And I'll start with the first question. How did I met or have worked to meet my internship learning objectives? So three of my internship learning objectives are to be able to communicate with French people and to be able to work better in bar and to be healthier. And so the first one, to be able to communicate with French people. Uh, I try to only speak with my manager in French since he's a Swiss guy and he helped a lot, like kind of like speaking only French to me, trying not to speak English to me, even though like I don't get what he's saying sometimes because he's speaking French. He tried to translate what it is, so that's uh, how I achieved my objective. And then to be able to work better in bar. My manager, he worked in a bar since he was 15 years old and he has a lot of experience in a bar industry and club industry. So I learned a lot from him. Like he taught me every single thing, even a small thing like how to like deal with like customers, different type of customers, and how to make the cocktails. And like even though like when I have some questions, like whenever I ask him, he taught me really well. And then the last one, to be healthier. And then to be honest, like working in a bar doesn't make you healthier at all, but I really tried hard to make my body really healthy. So like I did exercise every day in my room sometimes if I have no time, and most of the times I went to gym. And I try to sleep early as possible if it's my day off. And I try to eat a lot of fruits as well. Yeah, and I'm gonna move on to the second question, which is what have I learned and how did I learn? And I have learned how to manage a bar in Europe. I mentioned the word Europe because before I worked in an Asian bar, and it's quite different from Asian bars because like all the customers are Europeans and the culture is different from Asia, so the way of customers treating us is really different, and I could really feel that. And then I and then the position was one of the different thing as well, because when I worked in an Asian bar before, I was just a trainee and I had a lot of managers above me, so like I had no authority to do anything, so I didn't really get to manage a bar. But this time I really get to manage a bar, especially in Europe, because I had a position of a supervisor this time, so like I had authority to do anything by myself, so I could really learn how to manage a bar in Europe this time. And the second thing that I learned is how to deal with different types of customers. Uh, Because my manager was gave us like let us do anything that we want to do, like because like yeah, simply like he just let us be the manager of the bar, not him. And so that I felt so free in my heart, so like I could really deal with other guests simply. But even though there was like drunkers or like complaining guests, like I the way the manager taught me really helped me how to deal with the guests. And the one thing that helped me to deal with the guests easily is the reason that all the customers here are all students. They all know how I feel, so some of the students try to like teach me some techniques and tips as well. Yeah, that's how I learned to manage different types of customers. Then the third question, the relevance of the internship learning objective to my third year BA and career. So my internship learning objectives were communicate with French people, work better in bar, and being healthier. I can relevance this to my third year and my career, and by with the first one, communicating with French people, I can relevant this to my French class next third year, because I'm gonna take the French class next third year, which is gonna and the French that I learned from this internship can help me for my French class next third year. And then the work better in bar. This can I can relevant this to my future career because I'm gonna work in a bar in the future, and the internship that I had this like for this 6 months, I, 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 I strongly believe that this helped me a lot for my future dream. And then the last one, to be healthier. I'm 100% sure that it can be relevant to my future life, not only my future BA3 or my career. Because being healthy is one of the most important thing among your whole life. That's why I can relevant this to my whole future life. Yeah. So I'm gonna move on to the part two, and I need to describe the situation occurred during the internship, and I choose the gas problem. Because I choose this category since I worked in a bar, which is a place where a lot of guest complain and guest problems are occurring. And then I had a lot of situations like this. For example, there was a lot of drunk customers, because since it's a bar, they get to drink alcohols, and when they drink over their limits, there are a lot of drunk people coming to the bar. And it was quite difficult for me because they start to swear at me, and some of them really hit my face sometimes. But I had to calm my down self first, and then I had to take care of them to outside, and then let them deal with the security guards or something like that. And then there are some of the guests who never leave, even though it's time to close the bar. So it's really hard for me and my colleagues to let them stay, because as soon as possible, like we wanna finish cleaning as soon as possible, because it's really hard for us even to do the service and then the cleaning as well. But if there are some guests who never leaves, it's like more time they stay, it's more time we need to stay at the bar, and which makes us more tired. And then there are some guests who get into a lot of fights, because since it's a bar, as I told you, there are a lot of drunk people, and drunk people, they don't know how to distinguish the situation and every small things. And then because of that reason, they get into a lot of fights. So like because of those fights, some of the guests feel uncomfortable, and there are some customers leaving because of the fights. So I had to stop those fights sometimes, and it was so hard for me to apologize other guests after the fight. Yeah. And then there are some guests who ask for free shots. This occurred a lot of times in my internship, because I think the most reason is the most of the customers here are students, and because of they are students, they don't have lots of money. So and some of them even knows me because I was one of the student in this school before. So they are, they are like, oh Paul, I know you. Can you give me a free shot? I don't have money like this, but I need to manage a bar, and if in order not to lose any stocks or revenue, I need to stop them giving free shots. But if I don't give them free shots, they're gonna blame me and complain me. But because of these kind of incidents occur during my internship, I really get to learn a lot from all those different kind of customers. Like each one of them was like really valuable for me to learn anything during my internship. And I really enjoyed this internship, and And this is the end of my video. Thank you for your attention, and